Cancer, welcome to your end of May 2017 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. So, in addition to my typical spread that I do, I'm also going to be picking a card from the Energy Oracle cards, Sandra Ann Taylor. It just came to me because I did a full moon reading the other day, and I picked every other card from every other deck except for that one. And there was something about that deck that kind of initially, I don't want to say put me off, but kind of confounded me. And I just have done two readings prior to yours, and I really like them. So I don't know what I was thinking. I think because some of the cards seem to go along with the tarot, but they're numbered differently. So it seemed a little bit confusing, but that's surface stuff. I mean, I really like it. I really like this deck. So here I go. Let me put them over here so they're more... It's funny, when I play back the recording, it does look lopsided sometimes. To me, this looks centered. But then on the other hand, I'm not sure if it is. So, please forgive me if it's not. It looks like it through my viewfinder. And I'm already getting these cards that make it seem like a relationship reading. So I just wanted to remind people that I do love reading separate. And for June, they should be up sometime next week. This next week being in the teens of May. Well, next Monday is actually the 8th, so scratch that. But, before the month is half over. And I will try to remember singles for those too. I sometimes get admonished for not including singles in my love readings sometimes. But sometimes these general readings really seem like love readings, even when I try to incorporate everything. And so if you like that just by itself, you can look on my channel for that. But anyhow, let's see what we have here. I think that some of you really have improved your life in some way. We have, as the overall theme, the Wheel of Fortune. Now, you can make the case that the Wheel of Fortune is just about cycles in life and that we don't really control those cycles. And I think that there is some truth to that. I mean, I do believe in our free will, but I also think that there are larger things going on where there may be times when things are less challenging than others. And this would be one of them for you, Cancer. So that's a relief, because you've been dealing with, Pluto and Capricorn, your opposite signs. So that bearing down on you, Uranus and Aries, these outer planets that are also cardinal signs. So it's nice to get a little respite from that and maybe have things go your way more consistently. And sure enough, in the past position, there's a card that's directly connected to this sense of oppression within your own thought patterns. And maybe you have freed yourself out of that. I think that one of the lessons of Pluto in Capricorn and Uranus in Aries for cardinal signs is to let go, is to stop trying to control so much. And if you can do that, I think you are understanding the secret to your success. If you try to control outer events, and this is what we're talking about when we're talking about you know, these outer planets is that they're affecting the masses of people. And I really believe that it has something to do with ascension, with the quickening of the vibratory rate of the collective, if you will. That, you know, when you talk about ascension, you're talking about people as a whole, the human race, increasing their spirituality and not getting bogged down in the matrix, and that the prison of the world. Actually, you could say the Eight of Swords is like the matrix, being inside of this 3D prison where you are experiencing things in a linear way. And I don't want to get too out there, but basically, if you just, okay, it could be as mundane as like watching the news every night. And if you really believe what the news says to the letter, then you're going to be affected. You're going to be oppressed like the Eight of Swords, because the news is generating low vibration to keep you there, to keep you enslaved in those fears. Cancer is prone to that, not only because you're a water sign and you're very impressionable and suggestible and hypnotizable, but also because you are security minded. And so any threat to that, any news report that this is happening, that is happening, there's a, you know, the job losses are going up, and the income, the average income is going down, and there's a drought in California. Well, there's not a drought anymore in California, but just everything that is thrown at us, you have to find a way to filter that out, because you are very much someone that can, being a water sign, can really take it all in, and it affects you at a deep level. And you know, water signs, we need water signs because you are the natural healers, the intuitives. And so when your radar gets screwed up, when your GPS gets screwed up, then what does that say for the rest of us? So what happens, like when you have that Eight of Swords, you start to make decisions that are fear-based and not based on the feelings of freedom and faith in your future. But luckily, with this new cycle that you're in, that's going to modify that and maybe even nullify it altogether, because we have as the present card the Queen of Pentacles. This is like the ultimate in what a Cancer person should aspire to become. And in your best self, you are this person. The Queen of Pentacles is a feminine, double feminine energy, but this could be a man also. And it's just, we have male and female parts to us, and this is the home base. This is the roots. This is the comfort, having the regal surroundings and feeling that sense of absolute peace with your life, because you have this place that's like your temple, and really nurturing that temple. For Cancer, the home is like a temple, and so you can be that person who is home. Perhaps you were somebody who was working away from the home. Let's say, I don't have to put gender. I was going to say, let's say you're a woman, but it could be a man. If you aspired to stay home with your children, and yet you felt trapped in a job, that as evidenced by the Eight of Swords, but it might have been a mindset, and maybe you weren't really trapped. The Wheel of Fortune could be you losing that job and starting your own home business, and that's your base of operations, and that's where you're making your daily bread. You know, the Pentacles are the tangible assets of this world, which is our currency, is our, just all of the possessions that we have. Everything that goes under the umbrella of the Pentacles, the suit of Pentacles. And it may be a relief to you to be in this position. Maybe something happened that was kind of like a lucky break that allowed you to do it. But that's why I said, even if you lost your job, that was a lucky break. You know, that's what the Wheel of Fortune would be saying. Because I feel, though, that some of you left your job, because I have this as the higher message of leaving something that no longer serves you. And, of course, this can also apply to relationships as well. With this card, it would be something that is no longer emotionally satisfying for you. And you may feel this sense of, I want something more than what this person can give me. And it's not necessarily putting down the other person. It doesn't have to be. Because it could be saying that you didn't receive like an emotional feeling from that person or a connection. Actually, some of you may have been involved with air signs. Like, I would say first and foremost, Aquarius came to my mind, but I was going to say Libra being a cardinal sign. The other air sign is Gemini. And I actually, it might be, for some of you, it might be a Gemini, because I just did Gemini's reading and I got the Chariot card, and that's Cancer. So it might be on both people's ends. But with an air sign person, you may have constant misunderstandings, and you may feel like this person doesn't care. And that might be not true. But you might have a hard time receiving the type of love that they're capable of giving. And that's where you tend to butt heads. Cancers, I think, have to learn to stop demanding proof from others that they love them, if that rings a bell for any of you. Because that treats the relationship as this, it's kind of like, to me, as a possession, where somebody has to produce for you in order for you to feel like they're okay. You know, it's kind of like if somebody marries somebody for their money, and if they stop making that money, then they're no longer interested. You have to be the one to love. You can't expect love. You have to be love and give love. And anytime that you have expectations, you are probably not looking at the relationship in the right way. And for Cancer, a lot of times it's emotional reassurance, maybe feeling insecure. The thing that crosses you is the Five of Cups. Now, in both love and in business, this can be a card of feeling a sense of disappointment, and that could be continuing to remain in your vibration and poisoning the well. If you're trying to start a business and you're still focused on the fact that you lost your job, that can obviously have negative effects. And it would be much better to look at the situation and say, thank you, God, for figuring out a way to get me out of that situation, because I would have never quit that job. I'm way too afraid of not having work to risk that. And this was the only way that the universe can make this happen. So I'm so pumped that you did this for me. Thank you so much. And see what happens. Because you may, just by doing that, you may see things in a different way, and you can have a positive attitude about it. Because I feel like with the Eight of Cups, some of you were in a situation where you felt trapped in a job, and it wasn't fulfilling you. And as a water sign, you have to feel connected emotionally to something, whether it's a person or something that you're involved with, for it to be the highest expression of what you're into. Otherwise, you can go through the motions, and it's really not good that way. What is coming in is a card connected to reuniting with someone. with this card, it could be that you're getting back together with an old flame. And I want you to, if some of you are interested in twin flames, I am going to be doing readings for twin flames. I'm going to be doing these I'm going to be having like a on-demand video, in addition to my free love readings, of course, that just deals with twin flames, because the reason I don't like to have it as a regular reading, like a love reading, is because I feel like the twin flames issue is separate. And the love is more of a, I was going to say generic, but it's more of a universal thing, whereas the twin flame thing is more, it seems like certain people are interested in it. It's not, it's more on the spiritual level, let's put it that way. So it's not like a kind of a practical love reading in that sense, where it's just like advice and things like that. Although I want to make it as practical as possible, and it isn't going to, I'm going to involve oracle cards too with the Rider-Waite deck. I'm not going to use this deck, I'm going to use the other deck for that. So stay tuned to that. I will, for that, I will be, you know, announcing it when I've recorded those videos. But this is that kind of a situation, because a lot of people seem to be kind of reuniting with people from their past, people that from long ago. It's amazing how many people seem to be doing that. And for a while, I was picking up the Six of Cups a lot in my readings, which is connected to soulmates and things like that. So for whatever reason, people are reuniting with these people. In a work situation, this could be simply teaming up with somebody rather than going it alone. If you're working from home, as the Queen of Pentacles may suggest, or just starting your own home business, you may realize that you need somebody else to help you for some reason, and that could be featured as well. The outcome is the Emperor card, and this is a card that is very much, this could be either an actual person that you're dealing with, and this person may be a male in law enforcement or in the military. This person can be, sometimes I think it could even be in the legal profession, like a judge. So for some of you, if you were getting out of a relationship, maybe you're getting a divorce or you're seeking the counsel. The other thing too is that this card is a 4, so it's associated with that kind of taking control. You may be taking control over your life. Maybe for a while you were kind of, because the 8 of Swords is somebody who feels like a victim. And maybe that's how you felt for a long time, and you have been taking steps to extricate, yeah, I said that right, extricate yourself from some limiting circumstance. And with the Wheel of Fortune, you may feel emboldened. You may feel like you have the ability now to do things and take action that you put on the back burner. So I think it's a month of self-empowerment for you, Cancer. And this is the month before your solar return, at least you early birds, at the end of June. So this is the sun. When the sun goes into Gemini, that's your 12th house. And so you might see that some of the things that you didn't want to deal with come back up for review. When the sun is in that 12th house, kind of shining a light on certain things, but in a positive way, in a can-do sort of way, I guess. I got the same card that I got for Gemini. So definitely some of you are having the same, you're going through it with a Gemini person. Hostilities. And this would be particularly for romance situations, because that was the feeling I got for Gemini. So let me read that, even though I just read it. You probably didn't see it because you were looking for your sign. Number 26. Okay. Defense is up. Aggressive energy. By the way, the Emperor can refer to Aries, the sign of Aries, so that might be a person that you're involved with. This card shows a man raising his sword in readiness to do battle. When it comes upright, it reveals a situation where hostilities towards you are about to be or have already been engaged. The aggressive energy may be verbal or emotional, with someone in your environment being excessively critical, demanding, or hurtful. In a work or social situation, there may be backstabbing or out-and-out slander going on. This is different from the deceit card because the hostile energies are more apparent, more overt. In fact, you may have been living with them for some time, but whether this is new or old energy, now is the time to regain control. Allowing dishonoring treatment from others is an open invitation to the universe to send you more. It may feel risky, but you need to have the courage to stand up for yourself, now and always. Well, that's always good to tell people, so that you don't feel like the Eight of Swords, like a victim of your own circumstance. So Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great rest of your May. Bye.